From Hollywood blockbusters to chart-topping music, from Silicon Valley boardrooms to Nobel Prize ceremonies, Jewish talent has shaped modern culture in extraordinary ways. Despite making up less than 0.2% of the world's population, Jewish individuals have had an outsized impact on entertainment, business, science, and the arts. They've directed our favorite films, made us laugh, moved us to tears, and built the technologies we use every day. Some wear their Jewish identity proudly, referencing it constantly in their work. Others are more private about their heritage, but all of them are part of a remarkable story of creativity, resilience, and achievement. Today, we're counting down 21 Jewish celebrities who have made an indelible mark on our world. From legendary icons to rising stars, from comedy giants to business moguls, these are Jewish individuals whose talents have entertained, inspired, and transformed our culture. Some of these you definitely knew were Jewish. Others might surprise you. If you love Jewish stories, make sure you subscribe to Jews Chronicles. Let's get into it. Number 21st, Mayim Bialik. We start with someone who wears her Jewish identity on her sleeve. Mayim Bialik first became famous as the star of the 90s sitcom Blossom. Younger audiences know her as Amy Farrah Fowler on The Big Bang Theory, a role that earned her multiple Emmy nominations. What many people do not realize is that Bialik is also a neuroscientist with a PhD from UCLA. She has written books about Jewish parenting and observant Jewish life, and she has been open about her journey toward traditional Jewish practice. Bialik has hosted Jeopardy and uses her platform to discuss Jewish topics regularly. She is perhaps the most visibly observant Jewish celebrity in mainstream Hollywood today, keeping kosher, observing Shabbat, and speaking proudly about her faith. Number 20. Sasha Baron Cohen. The British comedian behind Borat, Bruno, and Ali G is proudly Jewish, and his heritage often plays into his provocative comedy. Sasha Baron Cohen grew up in a traditional Jewish family in London. He studied history at Cambridge, where he wrote his thesis on the American Civil Rights Movement and Jewish involvement in it. His comedy frequently confronts anti-Semitism head-on. In Borat, he exposed casual anti-Semitism by getting unsuspecting people to reveal their prejudices. The infamous "throw the Jew down the well" scene was designed to show how easily people would go along with hateful messaging. Baron Cohen received the Anti-Defamation League International Leadership Award for his work combating hate and intolerance through comedy. Number 19. Ben Stiller. The comedy star of Zoolander, Meet the Parents, and Night at the Museum comes from Hollywood royalty. Both his parents were entertainers. Ben Stiller's father, Jerry Stiller, was a beloved Jewish comedian known for playing Frank Costanza on Seinfeld and Arthur Spooner on The King of Queens. His mother, Anne Miara, converted to Judaism when she married Jerry. Stiller had a bar mitzvah and has spoken about his Jewish upbringing in interviews. He has also directed acclaimed projects like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty and the Emmy-winning miniseries Escape at Dannemora. Comedy seems to run in the family, or maybe it's something in the Jewish water. One of the biggest names in modern music is Jewish through his mother. Aubrey Drake Graham was born in Toronto to a Jewish-Canadian mother and an African-American father. He attended a Jewish day school, had a bar mitzvah, and has referenced his Jewish identity throughout his career. In interviews, Drake has discussed feeling connected to both his Black and Jewish heritage, sometimes feeling like an outsider in both communities. His song You and the Six references his background, and he has been photographed wearing a chai necklace and discussing Jewish holidays. Drake's success, including multiple Grammy Awards, chart-topping albums, and wide cultural influence, makes him one of the most prominent Jewish figures in contemporary music. If you love Jewish stories, make sure you subscribe to Jews Chronicles. Number 17. Scarlett Johansson. One of the highest-grossing actresses in Hollywood history, she has Jewish roots on her mother's side. Scarlett Johansson's mother, Melanie Sloan, comes from a Jewish family that emigrated from Poland and Russia. Johansson has spoken about celebrating Jewish holidays while growing up, and about feeling connected to her Jewish heritage. From indie darlings like Lost in Translation to Marvel blockbusters as Black Widow, Johansson has shown remarkable range. She has been nominated for 2 Academy Awards and has become one of the most bankable stars in the industry. She has not been afraid to address her heritage publicly, speaking about the importance of her Jewish identity in interviews over the years. Number 16. Timothée Chalamet. The young actor who took Hollywood by storm has Jewish heritage through his mother. Timothée Chalamet was born in New York to a French father and an American mother, Nicole Flender, who is Jewish. He had a bar mitzvah and has spoken about his Jewish upbringing. Chalamet's breakthrough came with Call Me By Your Name, which earned him an Oscar nomination at just 22 years old. Since then, he has starred in Dune, Little Women, and Wonka, establishing himself as one of his generation's most talented actors. His combination of artistic credibility and mainstream appeal in those cheekbones has made him a cultural icon. Number 15. Larry David. The co-creator of Seinfeld and the creator and star of Curb Your Enthusiasm has made Jewish neurosis into an art form. Larry David's comedy is deeply rooted in his Jewish upbringing in Brooklyn. His shows explore Jewish life, Jewish anxiety, and Jewish social dynamics with unflinching honesty and uncomfortable hilarity. On Curb Your Enthusiasm, David plays a fictionalized version of himself, navigating social situations with characteristic awkwardness. Jewish themes appear constantly, from episodes about Holocaust survivors to bar mitzvahs to Jewish funeral customs. David's influence on modern comedy is immeasurable. His willingness to make himself and Jewish culture the butt of the joke has inspired countless comedians. Number 14. Gal Gadot. Wonder Woman herself is an Israeli Jew who served in the Israel Defense Forces before becoming a Hollywood star. Gal Gadot was born in Rosh Ha'ayin, Israel. She served as a combat fitness instructor in the Israel Defense Forces, and she won the Miss Israel pageant before transitioning to acting. Her casting as Wonder Woman was groundbreaking, an Israeli Jewish woman playing one of the most iconic superheroes in history. Gadot has been vocal about her Israeli identity, and she has faced both praise and criticism for her public statements about Israel. Regardless of political debates, her success represents a remarkable journey from Israeli military service to the top of Hollywood. She is proof that Israeli talent can achieve global superstardom. Number 13. Billy Crystal. The comedian, actor, and 9-time Oscar host is one of the most beloved entertainers in American Jewish history. Billy Crystal grew up in a Jewish household in Long Beach, New York. His family was deeply involved in jazz. His father produced jazz records, and their home was filled with music and laughter. Crystal broke out on Soap, became a star on Saturday Night Live, and delivered iconic performances in When Harry Met Sally, City Slickers, and Monsters, Inc. His Oscar hosting gigs became legendary for their musical opening numbers and comedic warmth. Jewish humor permeates his work, the timing, the self-deprecation, the warmth mixed with wit. He is a throwback to the golden age of Jewish comedy while remaining relevant for decades. The voice of a generation was born Robert Allen Zimmerman in a Jewish family in Minnesota. Bob Dylan's grandparents were Jewish immigrants from Odessa and Lithuania. He grew up in Hibbing, Minnesota, had a bar mitzvah, and was involved in Jewish youth organizations. Dylan's career defies easy summary. He revolutionized popular music, won the Nobel Prize in Literature, and influenced virtually every songwriter who followed him. From protest anthems including Blowin' in the Wind to rock masterpieces like Highway 61 Revisited, his work changed what music could be. His relationship with Jewish identity has been complex. He explored Christianity in the late 1970s, but later returned to Jewish themes. In 1983, he held a bar mitzvah for his son in Israel. His later albums contain numerous biblical and Jewish references. Dylan remains one of the most influential artists of the 20th century, and he is still performing and recording today. If you love Jewish stories, make sure you subscribe to Jews Chronicles. Number 11. Sarah Jessica Parker. The fashion icon and star of Sex and the City comes from a Jewish background. Her mother is Ashkenazi Jewish, descended from immigrants who fled Eastern Europe. Parker has spoken about her Jewish identity in interviews, including celebrating Jewish holidays and feeling connected to her heritage. Her role as Carrie Bradshaw made her a cultural phenomenon, influencing fashion, relationships, and urban lifestyle for an entire generation. The show's frank discussions about women's lives were groundbreaking for their time. Parker has also had a distinguished theater career and continues to work steadily in film and television, including the Sex and the City revivals. Number 10. Adam Sandler. No list of Jewish celebrities would be complete without the man who wrote the Chanukah song. Adam Sandler has done more to make Jewish identity cool for American kids than perhaps anyone else. His comedic ode to Jewish celebrities, listing famous Jews to make Jewish children feel less alone during the Christmas season, became a cultural phenomenon. Beyond the song, Sandler has had remarkable staying power. From Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison to more serious roles in Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love, he has shown surprising range. His Netflix deal has made him one of the most commercially successful actors in streaming history. Sandler grew up in Manchester, New Hampshire, in a Jewish family. He had a bar mitzvah and has remained connected to his Jewish roots throughout his career. He frequently includes Jewish characters, themes, and humor in his films. For many American Jews, Sandler is a touchstone, proof that you could be proudly Jewish and wildly successful. Number 9. Jerry Seinfeld. The comedian who created the show about nothing is one of the most successful entertainers in history. Jerry Seinfeld grew up in a Jewish family in Brooklyn and Long Island. His observational comedy, finding humor in the minutiae of daily life, defined a generation of television. Seinfeld ran for 9 seasons and remains one of the most beloved sitcoms ever made. The show's characters became cultural icons, and its catchphrases entered the English language. After Seinfeld, Jerry created Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, toured constantly as a stand-up comedian, and remained one of the highest-paid entertainers in the world. His 2024 film Unfrosted marked his directorial debut. Seinfeld has been vocal about his Jewish identity and his support for Israel. His comedy, while not explicitly Jewish in content, carries the sensibility of Jewish humor, the questioning, the kvetching, the finding of absurdity in everyday life. Number 8. Barbra Streisand. The legendary singer, actress, and director is one of the most decorated entertainers in history. Barbra Streisand grew up in Brooklyn in a Jewish household. Her father, a high school teacher, died when she was 15 months old, and she was raised by her mother in difficult circumstances. From that Brooklyn apartment to global superstardom, Streisand's journey is remarkable. She is one of the best-selling recording artists of all time, an Academy Award-winning actress, and a groundbreaking director. She has achieved the rare EGOT, meaning Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, and then some. Jewish themes run throughout her work, from Yentl, which she directed, produced, co-wrote, and starred in, to The Prince of Tides, to her Passover album. She has been a major philanthropist supporting Jewish causes, women's health research, and civil rights. Streisand did not hide her Jewish identity when it was not fashionable in Hollywood. She kept her distinctive name and became an icon anyway. Number 7. Mark Zuckerberg. The co-founder and chief executive officer of Meta, formerly known as Facebook, is one of the most influential figures in modern technology. Mark Zuckerberg was raised in a Jewish household in Dobbs Ferry, New York. He had a bar mitzvah and attended Jewish summer camps. At his wedding to Priscilla Chan, a rabbi officiated. Zuckerberg founded Facebook from his Harvard dorm room, and it grew into one of the most powerful companies in history. Love it or hate it, social media has transformed how humans communicate, organize, and share information. Despite controversies surrounding Facebook and Meta, Zuckerberg's impact on modern life is undeniable. He has pledged to give away most of his fortune through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Number 6. Natalie Portman. The Academy Award-winning actress was born in Jerusalem and moved to the United States as a young child. Natalie Portman, born Netta Lee Hirschlag, is fluent in Hebrew, attended Jewish schools, and has remained connected to her Israeli identity throughout her career. She has spoken about her Jewish upbringing and her complex relationship with Israel. Portman's career combines commercial success and artistic credibility. From Leon, the professional as a child, through the Star Wars prequels, to her Oscar-winning role in Black Swan, she has demonstrated extraordinary range. She is also highly educated, graduating from Harvard with a psychology degree, and has directed films including A Tale of Love and Darkness, which she filmed in Hebrew in Israel. If you love Jewish stories, make sure you subscribe to Jews Chronicles. Number 5. Seth Rogen. The Canadian comedian, actor, writer, and producer has built an empire on Jewish humor. Seth Rogen grew up in Vancouver in a Jewish family. His mother was involved in Jewish social activism, and he attended Jewish summer camps. His comedy is steeped in Jewish sensibility, the self-deprecation, the neurosis, the humor about family and identity. From Knocked Up and Superbad to Pineapple Express and This Is the End, Rogen has been central to modern comedy. He's also expanded into producing, voice acting in Kung Fu Panda and The Lion King, and even pottery. In 2023, Rogen starred in An American Pickle, playing a Jewish immigrant from Eastern Europe in the 1920s, who wakes up 100 years later, one of his most explicitly Jewish projects. Number 4. Albert Einstein. The greatest scientist of the 20th century was a German Jew whose theories transformed our understanding of the universe. Albert Einstein was born in Ulm, Germany, to secular Jewish parents. Though not religiously observant, he maintained a strong Jewish identity throughout his life. When the Nazis rose to power, Einstein, already world-famous, was forced to flee Germany. His contributions to physics, relativity, quantum mechanics, and more changed science forever. But Einstein was also a humanitarian who spoke against racism, advocated for civil rights, and was offered but declined the presidency of Israel. Einstein represents the pinnacle of Jewish intellectual achievement. His name has become synonymous with genius itself. Number 3. Steven Spielberg. Perhaps the most influential filmmaker in cinema history, grew up in a Jewish household that would deeply influence his work. His grandparents were Jewish immigrants who fled Europe, and he grew up in various American cities, often feeling like an outsider as one of the few Jewish kids in his schools. That sense of being different fueled his imagination and his art. Spielberg's filmography is staggering. Jaws, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park, Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List, each one a landmark of cinema. Schindler's List represents his most personal engagement with Jewish history. The film about the Holocaust earned him his first Best Director Oscar and led him to found the USC Shoah Foundation, which has recorded over 55,000 survivor testimonies. Spielberg has done more to bring Jewish stories to mainstream audiences than perhaps any artist in history. Number 2. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The legendary Supreme Court Justice became a cultural icon for her legal brilliance and tireless advocacy for equality. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was born in Brooklyn to Jewish immigrant parents. She faced discrimination as both a woman and a Jew, but she overcame every obstacle to become one of the most influential justices in American history. Before joining the Supreme Court, she argued 6 landmark cases, winning 5 of them and establishing gender equality in American law. On the bench, she became known for her powerful dissents and her unwavering commitment to justice. The nickname "The Notorious RBG" became a pop culture phenomenon, with her face appearing on t-shirts and her life-inspiring films and documentaries. She served until her death in 2020 at age 87. Number 1. The Jewish legacy continues. Our number 1 spot isn't a single person. It's all of them together. This list shows the remarkable scope of Jewish contribution to modern culture: comedy and drama, music and science, technology and law, entertainment and education. These 21 individuals represent thousands more: Jewish artists, thinkers, innovators, and entertainers who have shaped the world we live in. From Einstein's theories to Spielberg's films, from Streisand's voice to Seinfeld's humor, from Ginsburg's justice to Zuckerberg's technology, Jewish creativity and achievement touch virtually every aspect of modern life. And the story continues with new generations of Jewish talent rising every year. Jewish people have faced persecution, expulsion, and genocide throughout history. Yet from that experience has come extraordinary creativity and achievement. Perhaps it's the emphasis on education. Perhaps it's the tradition of questioning and debate. Perhaps it's the immigrant drive to succeed. Perhaps it's something in the culture that values intellectual and artistic pursuit. Whatever the explanation, the results speak for themselves. These 21 celebrities represent the best of Jewish achievement, but they are just the beginning. The Jewish contribution to world culture is far greater than any single list could capture. If you love Jewish stories, make sure you subscribe to Jews Chronicles and share this video with someone who needs to see it. Shalom.